Here we go.
Green Room is directed by Jeremy Saulnier. It is about a punk rock band who, after playing at a bar, they see something that they shouldn't have, and because they see this illegal activity that could get some people in trouble, they are forced into a fight for survival against a group of psychopathic neo-Nazis led by the prestigious Sir Patrick Stewart. Also guys, make sure you stay tuned for the end of my video because I will be opening this. Now I had been hearing a lot of good things about this movie, and I thought it was just going to be a limited release, so when I found out that it was playing in my local theater, I wasted no time in making sure that I saw it. So needless to say, I had very high expectations for this movie, and did it live up to my high expectations? Yeah, this movie blew me away. This review is going to be short, sweet, and to the point because I do not want to tell you too much about this movie. Because when I went and saw it, I only knew the same plot that I just told you guys. And I don't want to tell you guys something that makes you expect something else and gives you any false pretenses. So I'm just going to be as short, quick, and as brief as possible. The first thing I think you guys should know about this movie is it is very intense. There are several scenes where I was sitting in my chair at the theater just squeezing the armrests, or I was sitting there like this, just in pure awe of what was happening, because this film is so freaking suspenseful. And what's great is when the craziness ensues and things start going down, it doesn't let up until the credits roll. Something else I think you guys should know before going into this film is very, very violent. Now I've seen lots of violent movies. Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director, and all of his movies are pretty violent. So I've been well trained to the violence portrayed on movies. But there were several times in this movie where I was sitting there and I was just like, and what's great about Green Room is when somebody gets hurt or killed or whatever in this movie, it's not Hollywood violence. In tons of movies, when somebody gets hurt or cut or whatever, tons of blood spews out and just really ridiculous violence that you know isn't very real, so it doesn't really affect you that much. But when somebody gets hurt in this movie, it's portrayed in a way that it would look like in real life. So when someone takes a knife to the stomach, it looks exactly what it would look like if someone in real life took a knife to the stomach. But I gotta say my biggest problem with this movie is that you don't really get attached to anyone. Partly because most of the main characters are really, really dumb. During a Q&A, the director of this movie had said that this film was part of an unofficial trilogy about the inept protagonists. Now, there are some times in this movie when you're watching it, and you're like, that's a good decision. That's something a logical human would be doing. And then there are plenty of other times when you're watching it and you're just like, wow, that's literally the worst decision you could be making at this point. I don't think anyone could be making a more terrible decision. Like, for example, there is one point in this movie where a character literally says, I think we should split up. Clearly, someone has never seen any horror movie ever.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
Now, it's because of this severe stupidity amongst our characters that it's really hard to get attached to these people, because the whole time you're just flabbergasted of how dumb they can be. With all that being said, that's really the only problem I had with this film. This film is super entertaining. It's grisly and violent in the most fantastic way. It's a ton of fun, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. So I'm going to give Green Room a 9 out of 10. I love the movie poster for this movie. It's based off of The Clash's London Calling album cover, which is just so awesome that they paid homage to that, one of the most famous punk rock bands of all time. Alright guys, so it's that time of the month. We're going to open up a Loot Crate today. Now this is of last month's. This did come in late, so I have not opened it yet. I do know what's inside, however, so I am just showing it to you guys because you guys are awesome. And if you still haven't subscribed to Loot Crate, please, for the love of Pete, for the love of Pete's sakes, all of them, subscribe to Loot Crate. It is so awesome. Every single month, you feel like a kid on Christmas, and you get some cool stuff like I'm about to show you. So this month's theme was Quest. So all of the things in this crate have to do with the theme Quest. And I gotta say, this t-shirt in this Loot Crate is probably my favorite of this whole time I've been subscribed to Loot Crate. Look at that. Freaking Bowie, man. That's such an awesome shirt. Such an awesome shirt. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. The art, oh my goodness sakes. So pretty. I'm going to wear this every single day under my clothes. Some other things you got in this crate. You got some Harry Potter socks. Fun fact about me is I've seen all the Harry Potter movies, but it's been super long since I've seen them because I saw them when they first came out. So I kind of can't tell you what happens in them. But I recently rewatched the first one, and I'm trying to rewatch all of them. So they have Diary, Ring, Locket, Cup, Harry, Tiara, and Snake. And the other socks have the same thing on either side, so that's pretty sweet. Now in this box you have a Loot Crate exclusive. I'm actually not sure what is in this box, so we're finding out together. Alrighty then. Oh, neat. This is ice mold for looks like a 20-sided die. You put your water in there, put her in the freezer, and then you get a 20-sided die ice mold. So that's kind of awesome. You would just have one giant ice cube in your drink, so if you're into that, sure, why not? Now this one I'm kind of intrigued by because this is from the TV show Vikings, which I don't watch, but they sent me this, and it's very bizarre. It's probably the most bizarre thing in all the Loot Crates. Some assembly required. This is a horn to which you drink out of. Now let's see if it holds water. I do have water. I actually have Powerade. Oh, I have a water. I'll be back. This is what we do on my channel. We test out stuff. I haven't cleaned this yet, so it's probably fairly dirty. Cheers. I feel like a Viking. We also have a little tube, I assume with a picture inside. Oh, that's awesome. Uncharted 4 picture poster thing, mini print. Another fun fact about me is I have the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. Now, I hadn't played any of the Uncharted games because I didn't have a PS3 and I wanted them to re-release them. So I started playing the first one. First one's really slow, so it's tough to get through. And I haven't played any of the other ones yet, so hopefully I will finish all these games so I can fully appreciate that poster. And you get this nice little Loot Crate pin. That's what it looks like. Hopefully it's focusing. And of course with every Loot Crate you get their little Loot Crate magazine. That shows you some of the stuff that you can get. And like I've said, it's great to read when you're taking a poop. Alright guys, so that was the Quest crate. This isn't my favorite crate we've had so far. This is pretty weird. And I got an awesome t-shirt, so that's pretty much why I love Loot Crate, is because you get some pretty neat stuff, but you usually get some pretty awesome t-shirts. That's one of my favorite shirts I own right now, actually. So please subscribe to Loot Crate. I will put the link down below. Thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, click a link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie-related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.